Taking a look at love and money. Meredith Stoddard, the Vice President of Education at Fidelity Investments, is here with some tips. Meredith, what can you tell us about couples fighting over money?
Yeah, 45% of couples did argue to admit to fighting about money, and we found that 1 in 3 were not aligned on some of those big goals. We also found that 1 in 4 admitted that money is their biggest relationship challenge. It is not all bad news, though. We found that when couples communicated well, it really made a big difference in terms of being aligned. That said, there were definitely some areas for improvement. For example, 1 in 3 did not know exactly what their spouse made during a given year, and that could be a great starting point for those who are looking how to get started.
Are there ways Fidelity can help couples better communicate?
Yeah, and sometimes just the language can be one of the biggest hurdles for people. We did put together a lot of resources, including checklists, articles, language guides on fidelity.com/couples. And we did find that there are 3 really big themes that make a big difference. So communication, coming to the table regularly. For some people, that's monthly. Others, it's weekly. Others, it's annually. But just making sure you keep coming back and don't ignore it and hope it's going to magically get better. 2 is collaboration and making sure that everybody's heard. You listen, you evolve, you learn, and come up with a solution and a plan together. And then lastly, confidence. Having those conversations and a plan to work towards really makes a big difference in terms of feeling a sense of control and knowing where you're headed.
Whenever you get 2 people together, there's a good chance you're going to get 2 opinions. What are some hot topics among couples, and how can they find financial harmony and financial success?
Yeah, not surprisingly, there were some definite themes that emerged. So retirement was a big one in terms of how much should I save for retirement? When are we going to retire? What's the right amount to set aside? Healthcare costs was another one. There were also some themes around emergency savings, around some of those bigger goals and making sure that you agree on what those are. And then for younger couples, not surprisingly, saving for a home was a big one, as is having enough money to have and raise a child. The good news for the younger couples especially is that you sometimes have months or even years to plan for some of these things. And the sooner you come together and have those conversations, it really can set you on the right trajectory in order to increase your odds of getting to where you want to go.
Do you have any other tips to offer?
People come from diverse backgrounds. Even when they seemingly are similar, you have different norms and different assumptions around what's the right way to do things. And so making sure that you put that on the table and work through it and chip away at it, it can really make a big difference. The other thing I'd say is that you don't want to defer too much to one person who seems to have all the knowledge, because nobody has all the knowledge. You want to take the time to educate yourself and chip away at some of those areas where you may not be that aligned. From a resource standpoint, fidelity.com/couples is a great place to start and help you get that conversation going.
Thank you so much, Meredith.
Thank you so much.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.